This is not going to be a big hater video on Sony, even I'm kinda asking them to stop paying for the Wins and Game Awards. Did you ask yourself recently if PlayStation exclusive game did get pretty boring? Because most of them follow the same problems that Sony is not willing to change. Because some of these problems actually helps them. But still, I prepared some points that frustrates me on this topic, and please tell me your opinion in the comments because, as always, this is about you. Anytime a new exclusive game for PlayStation sees the light of the world, it have to look absolutely fantastic. Every detail, every corner, every inch of non-existing Kratos hair does have to look the best on PlayStation. When you start up a game like this, you have to go like, wow, this is absolutely incredible, this is how arriving to a new planet with exoskeleton looks like. And all of that certainly helps with the atmosphere because it's immersive when the game does look really good. But for a long time, I feel like this has turned to be a priority for Sony. Make the game look like an actual movie and have pre-ended everything to make it even better, but maybe they forgot it still should be a game where the gameplay and its entertainment should be prioritized. In this point, I'm not really sure if all of this has gone wild because first, developers simply wanted the best graphics possible for marketing reasons, because it's quite certain that this environment is the selling point since, for example, The Last of Us 2, where the half of the teasers and trailers were about, oh my god, we have good graphics. But on the other side, the second, what if it's just a Japanese way of making video games, like they want to have the most immersive games as possible and gameplay is their second or third priority? I think kind of both, since the most people working on PlayStation exclusives are Americans, but I thought it's worth mentioning. Next point is based on this topic also because having everything polished means sacrifices in terms of performance and optimization. And we have finally almost got us from 30 FPS console standard, even there are still games like that. But with a small detail about 15 years, I would say that we did get over 30 FPS era, so that is a good starting point. So we can enjoy most of the games at least on 60 FPS, and that's definitely progress. And on console, these games can really hold FPS, but if you really want to enjoy some game, you should try it on PC, no? Because we did get some very spicy conversions of God of War and Last of Us and Ratchet and Clank or even a whole Uncharted series, but their optimization on mid-range PC is, let's say, pretty basic. And it's most obvious when you download a game from 2021 like, let's say, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and the 2005 pre-game launcher will pop up like I'm playing Trackmania Nations Forever. And from default settings I had like 28 FPS, and even after everything I could, I didn't get over 70 to 80, so that was the worst experience of PC conversion for me. Other games like God of War, Days Gone, Uncharted series or new Spider-Mans were better, but all of them still have this weird film grain or motion blur even when you turn it off. I don't know how to describe it. So my point here is just, if you want to play PlayStation exclusive on normal PC, I mean it's okay, but you will definitely get more polished experience on the original console, so consider mouse and keyboard. My third and most irritating point about exclusives is their stupid ass gameplay borders. I mean sorry, but why I couldn't go over this rock? Why I have to go over this rock? Oh, this one is okay, this one is different color I guess. Or why I have to go fucking jump from there? What is the problem with this spot? Why I can climb on this stone? Why I can jump from there? Why I have to follow this path? What's the problem with this way? I mean, what the fuck, devs? And this applies to all of these exclusives, and I don't know if it's because devs are scared shitless that you're going to break the game if you do it differently, but oh my god, what if people will make fun of us because they got glitched or bugged somewhere? I mean, why I can't use the whole map, Sony? And it's so irritating because there is so many scripts waiting for you to make something in their intended way, but if you do it in the meter way, it doesn't work. Like, why does this apply to every single PS exclusive I have ever played? I definitely see this as a space for improvements for PS games, trying to make map more open, more variations of achieving some basic tasks, like just going somewhere, just let people have fun, because from these situations, when your let play is more free, the most legendary RNG moments happens.
We'll keep fighting.
Maybe let me know in the comments if this is happening because they are just scared shitless that you're going to break the game, or there are some engine limitations, but I would really like to know. Thanks. Next task, and it's again gameplay thing, and that is a gameplay itself. And I get that the consoles have their limitation with controllers because it just can't contain so many buttons as a keyboard does, but in my opinion, PS games have gone far too much lazy and annoying with QuickTime events where they want to show the new DualSense for PS5, but I mean, is there someone who really likes QuickTime events and not the game itself? Console prices are rising, and there's just some certain point amongst players where I would definitely consider switching to PC instead of buying, for example, the new PS5 Pro. I mean, for that kind of money, yeah, go PC. If you're more of a true gamer than just a casual player and you want to enhance your experience, gameplay on keyboard would just be better. But maybe you really want to stick with console and you want to connect keyboard and mouse, which is absolutely alright with me, just saying consider it, because we still have more PC conversions of PS exclusives and as I said, they're working alright. PlayStation exclusives games are just, I would call them more simple, just much more friendly to a normal player that just wants to have a break after school or some work, and that's okay with me, but I have to say it irritated me personally that I couldn't enjoy some games more, so I have switched to PC and really I would never get back, but that's my preference. And for the fifth capital, I include the whole PlayStation marketing around all of these games. If you're watching this video, you know pretty much every video game that was mentioned earlier and probably you have already played it. But how many indie games do you know that are exclusive to PS5? I absolutely understand that you can't rival AAA games, especially in marketing division, but there has been a lot of discussion that PS5 just lacks a proper leading titles for the console, so that could have been a great opportunity of trying to help some indie games and push them more forward, because many of them have amazing and catching art style with interesting stories and actual tries of making something innovative. When consider everything that was said today, what is my relationship with PlayStation exclusives games? Because it probably seems like genuinely I don't like them. Well, that's not exactly true. Sony is providing more casual and more catchy art style experience than many players prefer over some complex combat systems or hardcore driving models in racing games, or they simply want to have playable movie like Uncharted series is. Or they want to have play with more controllers in one place, things like NHL or FC on anything, and I have to say, playing NHL with 5 other people is incredible fun. But who knows what is their future, because for many players, PS5 just lacks some real exclusives games worth buying of this pretty expensive console. But again, like with every other video, this is about you. What do you think? Tell me down in the comments and I will look forward to see you again. Bye!